What's up everybody, PC with you guys, welcome back to the Town Hall 50 and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We today are going to be talking about one of the biggest changes, or probably one of the biggest changes coming to the raid medals if you haven't seen it already. So let's hop into this blog where they talk about the changes to the raid medals in the shop. So it says here, Chief, we want to bring to your attention a change will be implemented to the traders raid medal shop. We will be introducing a limit on how many resources can be purchased weekly from the trader using raid medals. So you can see that is already going to be a big change. For me, I don't normally have to buy resources with raid medals due to me being in Legends League and me being a higher level player. I know normally it's going to be different, especially if a lot of players that are maybe Town Hall 13. I do have a Town Hall 13 account. I would mainly be buying resources for the build-up base because that's where I would want to be spending my raid medals due to trying to get the 6 builder, and the changes that will be coming for the 6 builder as well, especially on builder base. So the farming on the builder base side is going to be harder, so I would see where players would actually use their raid medals to actually buy the resources from the trader shop to actually help progress their builder base a lot quicker. But now it's going to be completely different as well. For me, I normally just will be using my raid medals for this exact reason, just to add my more reinforce myself. That's the only reason I really use my raid medals. And then from time to time I would hop into the shop and buy like training potions, and most of the time, or even some research potions, or sometimes wall rings. Haven't bought any of the new stuff there, but that's what I mainly been using my raid medals for. I do have a Town 13 as well that is almost max or close to max, where I don't really have to be buying resources for that reason. I may keep my Town 13. I may keep that at Town 13. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think that's my plan, to keep that 13 for a while till the next Town Hall does come out, and it will bump my accounts up. But that's how I'm planning on doing it for right now. So they said starting next week, Tuesday, March 28th, it will only be possible by 1 instance of each resource per week using raid medals. This change applies to home village and builder base resources and will not affect magic items. So you can basically buy as many magic items as possible as you so desire, but the resources are going to be bumped down a lot. I'm thinking this main change is for like the economy of the game, because you would have been able to buy so many resources at one time and progress so quickly. It sucks. It does suck. Saying it this way, because not everyone farms every single day. Everyone doesn't play like pro league, or even does a lot of farming at that time, or able to sit down for maybe an hour just to farm. So the main thing everyone would have been doing would have been raid weekend, because raid weekend was where you'd be able to progress a lot. Especially if you miss, say, a couple days or even a week, like full out farming for hours and hours on end, you could just do raid weekend and you would have 3 weeks of progression. That's just like an estimated number. Say 3 weeks of progression done in a day. So it's going to be pretty tough to say it this way, but I can see why they want to change it, maybe just to slow down progression. In a way, it does sound sad. It does suck to me, to be honest. Especially if you're going to be a new Town Hall and going out and looking new Town Hall, or even being a new player, and you get like a lot of raid medals. It's gonna be tough. I can see it isn't a change everyone would have liked, but it's gonna change it's gonna end up happening as well. Everyone's not gonna get used to this change, I can tell you that for certain. But it's gonna be a pretty tough change. We're gonna have to get used to only being able to buy 1 pack of loot from each side a day. So it's gonna suck. But that is how it is. This change is necessary to maintain longevity of our content and a balanced and engaging game experience for everyone, and we thank you for your understanding. Clash on. So it is a tough pill to swallow, to be honest. Especially for someone that doesn't, like I said, someone that doesn't have to farm it 24/7 and gonna be able to just have raid weekend, because raid weekend is normally gonna be your bounce back, where you just farm as much as possible, get say to like 13 or 1400 raid medals, and spend say half of them, and you'll be able to get all the loot that you want and be able to progress and do like a hero upgrade, or just get that little extra loot to do a laboratory upgrade. So, or even in the builder base, because the 6 builder builder base in general is actually being changed. So having that come now, I think they're mainly going to be setting these boundaries in case for when you have to do builder base, and so you don't have to be able to rush your builder base now, because I know that was the trend, being able to rush builder base. The only thing I did on my main account, which should have been this Town Hall 15 account, I actually maxed out everything builder base wise before I went up, and then I found the easy way, especially on my 13, because I know a lot of content creators gave you that initiative to rush, which I didn't see was which for me right now didn't seem like a bad idea, because I did do it on both of them, especially when I was getting close to builder home, and I rushed like a little bit just to get the 6 builder, but I didn't rush like too bad to get the 6 builder. But I can see the main reason of that, but especially I did it on my top 13. I rushed up because I found a very decent way to rush up and still be able to progress quickly and still get my 6 builder. But I can see how they're trying to pull this off, because I believe the new builder hall is going to be coming out as well. So they're probably trying to slow it down, and the changes for auto as well. We have to see how the builder base is going to be changing. But I can see how they mainly brought this. I think the main thing for farming, I think it's going to be mainly going to be builder base. Builder base is probably going to be the harder one to farm, like right now, not when the changes come, because they said the change is going to be coming March 28th. So that's going to be next week. I'm recording this video on Friday, so you'll probably see this on Sunday or so. But they're trying to show you guys the different building, because I think on the main village you can farm pretty easily here. Yes, I'm in Legends League, but you can farm easier on the main village than on builder base, because like I said, they have the 3 wins you can get, and it caps off your loot. So with that change now, they're actually taking away those 3 attacks. They're taking away those attacks, so you don't have to worry about only be able to do 3 attacks to get your loot and then you'll be done for the day, because you're not really going to be, after you've done those 3 attacks, you're not going to have any loot to really spend anything. So you're going to have, like, say 2 or 3 days where you're going to have to be doing those attacks before you can actually do one upgrade. So they're actually taking, I believe they're going to be taking that out, and I think the way that they're going to be doing the build base is how we do, maybe how we do Legends League, or how we just look for bases in general. So I think that's how they're going to be changing it, and you're going to be able to do, I believe they did a blog as well, where they were talking about how you'll be able to do attacks and stuff, and the different changes that we had for our builder base. So like builder base 2.0 as well. So it seems that the attacking and defending is going to be completely different to how they planned this. But I can definitely get into the builder base thing a little bit in another video if need be, if you guys want to see that. But the main video for this one, what we wanted to touch base on would have been the raid medals and the changes in raid medals, and how that's going to be affecting the game, our gameplay maybe, and how it's going to change the game for the better or even for the worse if necessary. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this little bit of a talk about the raid medals. Let me know down below in the comments if you have watched the entire video. Let me know if you guys like the change. The change for me is 50-50. I like and I hate it in a way, but the way I use raid medals, I could lean towards it as not a bad change, but not the best change, because a lot of players are going to be different as well. But that's me. I'll see you guys next time.